Hi there, I'm Mary Lou, and this is Creating Journals with Mary Lou. I am starting on the 100-day project. I started it yesterday, actually, with the cover for the journal made out of this beautiful old vintage book. In that vintage book, of course, was pages, so those I'm going to use today. I'm also going to use some printables by Cara Brandon, Seven Plaza, and Shabby Dabby Doodah. I hope I pronounce everybody's names correctly. So the pages that I want to create are going to be collage pages. This was Cara Brandon the other day had a video, and it was all about creating pages out of nothing. So I have pages here, but I am going to pretend that they're all nothing, and I'm going to create different collage pages in it so that they can go in this book. I think I can only fit in one hefty signature, otherwise it would just be too much for the book. Let's see what's going to happen. So just like Louisa Heinzel, who has to start with coffee, I have my tea, and it's a herbal tea because it is evening here. I work during the day, so I have to do this in the evenings. I kind of started on a signature and put some of it together because I don't want a full signature with all collage pages. So this is just a special one. This is all going to have to be cut down, but this is what I have so far. I have some book pages. This is a printable for the Gothic Pages by Seven Plaza. I have some self-made boo-boo tape. This paper is made out of avocado and beet juice, and I love the combination of it. It's kind of a peachy shade with some reddish, like kind of a burgundy shade. This is a piece of an atlas, again from the Gothic Architecture by Seven Plaza. A piece out of an atlas again from Seven Plaza. Some of these may have to come out because I may have too much. Then I have a beautiful math book that I am using. Isn't it lovely? It's been written in, it's been used. I just can't get over how cute that is. And then I have this page that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with yet, but it's going to be in there. So that is what I have so far, and that is 8 or 9 pages, and I like to have 13 pages in my signatures. It may be a little bit less, but it's got to be able to fit in here. So you can see, like, I can fit a few more pages in there. So let's get started. Like I said yesterday, this is all very new to me. I have never really done this. Well, I've created journals, but I've never really tried to put it on film. I'm fairly chaotic sometimes, so this is having to stay very much on track and not lose track of where I am at. Plus, I don't usually talk when I'm working. I just sit there quietly and enjoy the piece and quietly create, whether it be art or playing with paper. I also love to color with my pencil crayons, so I may add those in as well, like when we start working with the ephemera. I'm going to cut this in pieces, I think, because I don't want to use the whole thing, because then it's just another page, and that's not what I want. As you can see, I have a lot of paper here. I may move it out of the way because that way I can actually see what I'm doing. So these are by Seven Plaza again. This is an ad, or is a page of ads that I found in a magazine from 1942. I was lucky enough to find a pile of music paper and magazines, all from the 1940s and 50s. So yeah, that's what I'm working with right now. I don't want to use the magazines themselves, so this is actually a scanned page that I printed off. Then again, there's the Seven Plaza Gothic Architecture pages. And I'm sorry, I'll put underneath the video what it's actually called. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But look at these beautiful, beautiful designs by Seven Plaza. She is amazing. This is from Cara Brandon from her palette pages. This is from the neutral ones. I want to make neutral pages for this journal. This is from Shabby Dabby Judah from her vintage collection. And then this is from that math book again. This is from a fairy tale book. And these are music pages from the original journal, or the original book. And I have some dictionary pages. Every language is represented in here. There's English, there's some French, there is some Dutch, and there's some German. Every language that I speak. I also have some stencils that I may use on the back side because most of them I've printed single-sided, so they are white on the back, and I don't really like that, so I may just use the stencils to create something on the back. Before anybody asks, my location is in Canada. I live in Manitoba in a small town. I work in a larger town, so I commute every day. And then when I come home, I can just do what I want. And most of the time that is creating things. It is June, it's still the beginning of June, and it has been pretty warm, which is lovely. I'm not a big fan of the winter, and thankfully this winter was not that bad. It was cold, but it wasn't as cold as what it could have been and what it normally is, so that is wonderful. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue and add it to the dictionary page. I do want to make sure that it is all well attached. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm just adding the glue like that. This is just Aleene's tacky glue. That is my favorite to use. Lots of people don't like it. It has always been my favorite. I think I can do with bigger pieces, but I also think it would be really cute to have just the little pieces of paper, and I don't want it to be straight lines. So as you can see, like this line is here, so this line is going to have to go right there. I'm going to go right along there. And then just lay the paper on there. This piece can probably go right there. And I like how everything is kind of in the same color shade. Other things that I like to do is I love to garden. I don't have a garden. So this year I have 3 tomato plants and I'm pretty excited. I think they're going to be beautiful tomatoes. They are gigantic. One is a Roma tomato, one is a beefsteak, and then there is chocolate cherry tomatoes, I believe is what it was. And they're doing really good so far. They've got lots of buds on them, so I'm hoping I'm going to get a lot of tomatoes, and I'm looking forward to tomato sandwiches for lunch. Don't glue things together. Okay, I love this old map design. I think it's beautiful. That is by Cara Brandon. So I need to get to about 8.5 by 11 because I do live in Canada. So yes, 8.5 by 11 is the size for paper here. No, I don't want that one. I think I want some music paper. What do you think? Let's see if this paper, this antique paper, is too brittle or if it will actually cooperate with me. You can hear it's very, very brittle paper, but I can fold it and it doesn't break, so that is something. I think I'm going to put it right here on the side because this came out of that book, so that way I have an exact size of how big I can go. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to piece this on here and then I know where I'm going to go. This video might be a little bit longer. I don't want to stop it because I'm just trying to show you what my process is. I'll just make one page today though. I'm not going to bore you with a whole lot of pages. I just want to, should I keep this torn piece off of it? That's kind of cool, isn't it? And then it can go over on the top part. Just put it right there. You know, like when you buy the printables, there's always pieces, bits and pieces that you're not crazy about because you're buying someone else's vision. However, I am not that computer savvy that I can make my own digitals. So I am loving the pieces that I have found. And ooh, I'm sorry, I just hit the tripod. So I am just playing with what I have found and what I have gathered all together. I think I want to go in a more horizontal way. Keep some of the ads together. And that's too much white on the bottom, so I definitely don't want that. I like how everything looks when you just tear it, like it doesn't have the stark edges. Let's see what happens if I put this right here. Well, I think that's kind of cool. I think that works. Just want to tear it off a little bit here. Let's take this piece of white off and the other piece of white, and maybe it'll fit a little bit better. Oh. I kind of want that, so I'll go tear just a little bit more right here. Probably making it all sorts of crooked, but that's okay. I can make it work. I don't like this nose and ear correction right there, so let's pull that off. And that's the bonus of when you're creating something like this, you get to make what you want. Okay, straight would be good. There we go, that's perfect. Okay, I'm just going to put some glue on the edges here. And put it together, and then I'll turn it over and glue everything together really well. But at least right now I have a start. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and maybe you want to subscribe and see what else I'm going to do, because I have some pretty big plans for the next little while of things I want to create for this journal. I've made a shabby chic one so far, a couple of shabby chic ones, and this is going to be a little different. But I think it's also going to be wonderful. So like I said, my inspirations are Margaret from Seven Plaza. She is absolutely wonderful. She makes things and I'm in awe. Then there is Cara Brandon, and she makes beautiful kits as well that I just love to work with. Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah is lovely. I love listening to her. She, I turn her on a lot of the times when it's time to go to bed and I just want someone to talk to me. So that doesn't fit. Oh, I have a bigger one here. Do you think that will fit? No, I don't like the two pieces like that together. What else do I have here? Oh, I have this book page. Let's try some of this. Louisa Heinzel is a huge inspiration. She actually is who got me started on this, and she doesn't even know it. She is just such a lovely person. I love listening to her. I love watching what she creates. Like all the mixed media pieces that she puts in a journal are incredible. Then there is Crafty by Tony. If you're watching Seven Plaza, then you've got to watch Crafty by Tony as well. The two of them together are a lot of fun to watch. And they are so creative. Who else is my inspiration? Kate from, oh my goodness, I don't know what her channel name is anymore. I'll have to post it underneath and let you know who I watch. And there's that nose and ear correction again. I don't think I want to use that. I don't know if I like it. What else do I have? I have some numbers here. Do I want to use this one or this one? I think I prefer this one. I don't know if I bit off a little bit too much by going straight into the 100-day project. But I thought I would actually be able to create something that, instead of just having little projects, well, I would be doing little projects, but altogether it would turn into a big project. Oh, that is very lovely. I like that a lot. Do I want it on top or do I want it underneath? Oh, that is cool too. I don't know. What do you think? That is actually really neat. I am going to take a little bit more off of here. I like how it just kind of peeks out from underneath. Oh, how lovely is that? That is a total accident, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this gap here, but look at that. How beautiful is that? So I'll just put some glue right there, right around there, maybe in there. Okay, and we'll put it right on here. Make it a little straighter. There we go. Oh, I am in awe. I actually did something cool. And then maybe I want to take just the top of that. Like that. And then I can put the top right in there. Maybe I can get it straight. So it's here. Margaret from Seven Plaza asked what kind of kits that people are looking for. And something that I've been thinking of wanting to create is a Dutch journal. As you can tell, I probably, or maybe you can't, but I have a little bit of an accent. I was born and raised in the Netherlands. I was born in Amsterdam and moved to Nijmegen when I was 6. And then I moved to Canada when I turned 23. Married a Canadian soldier, and that was the end of the story. Okay, I think I do want to put something right here in the corner, just so that it's not so empty. And maybe I'll use these numbers here again. Right there. Oh, that would be pretty cute. Just another little piece of that. Okay, I can pull this. I can tear this off. There we go. Margaret, I am loving your papers so far. I invested in a printer with an ink program, and I just have my ink replaced, so I have a whole lot of stuff that has been printed, and so I have a lot of paper to work with. I love it. Okay, put this right there, make it straight. There we go. All right, there we go. So I can fold this in half, and it's probably way too big, so I can cut it down a little bit once we're going. But here's my page for now. So on this side, everything is glued together really well. So now I need to make sure that on the back, everything is glued together very well as well, also. So yeah, I moved to Canada when I was 23. I went to school in Maastricht to be a translator. So my English has always been pretty decent, which has been very helpful with getting a job and retraining myself from languages to numbers. I work as an accounting clerk for a construction company, but I actually work for the sports side of the business. So I work for the hockey team and hockey school, and hockey is something that has come into my life later. It was never something that I've really enjoyed, and then suddenly I was in a relationship after my divorce where that person was very much into hockey and wanted me to be involved with it as well, or at least go with him to games. And so I became a Wheat Kings fan and a Winnipeg Jets fan, and now I work in kind of with the industry, so it is really neat to do that. I love junior hockey for the most part. It is way more fun than NHL hockey. It is so much fun to watch these kids grow into their skills and into their games. All right, this piece is really thin, and I think I have to reinforce it. So on the one side, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I may just have to put a different piece of paper on there. I have these pieces. Maybe I can use some of these to reinforce it, because this is probably going to be the spine, and so it needs to be folded. It will be sewn, and well, maybe not so much. I can maybe get it to have the spine be right there. But yeah, I think I have to reinforce it. Let's just make another collage here on the back and see where we go from there. I am in love with these pieces. Aren't they lovely? Okay. What I like about making a collage is that you don't really have any rules. You can create what you want. You can grab pieces that you want. If you don't want to have everything in a uniform color, then go for it. You can add a little bit of color to it, and it will be something completely different. All right, I want this to be right there. I have a spread tool that I had right here. I saw it, and of course it is not there. There it is. It's the same one I was having trouble with yesterday that I couldn't find. For some reason it's invisible. Okay. It's going to make everything a little sturdier to put these pieces on there. So that's that one. I think I want to use this one right here. I don't want the white pieces, so I'm just going to cut the little corners off. All right, there, and right there. So what part of the world do you guys live in? It's kind of neat. I love talking with people from everywhere and learning their cultures and knowing what they're all about. It is something that interests me. It's something that's interested me my entire life. I always want to learn what makes people tick and where their culture comes in to create who they are. As someone who is very Dutch, and which in return makes me a little direct every now and again. It gets me in trouble sometimes, a lot of the times, but it is what it is, and I can't really change it. I am going to just cut the noses right off here because I don't like them, and I'm going to take this off, and then I can put it right there as a little addition. So I don't think I need to reinforce these pieces. I can if I really want to, but I don't think I have to. I think it is really mostly the dictionary page because it is really, really thin paper. However, I may use some of it, I think right here, to put it on the back of the, like, to cover the white paper. That actually sounds like a wonderful idea to do that. So that's, we can put that right there. What do you think is aldermanic? I have never heard of that word. This is definitely the English to German piece of the dictionary and not the German to English. So for an English word, I don't know what it means. I may have to Google it because that's how I roll. I need to know everything. Google is my friend. Okay, put this right there, and then, oh no, I put a hole in the page. That's okay, I can put some tape on it. I have my own boo-boo tape. Sorry, Margaret, I made my own. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze, but I wasn't. The feeling passed. Okay, I'm just going to put this right. Ooh, straight, flat. There it is. So I made this out of tape and alcohol ink. I'm not totally excited about it because it comes off. The alcohol ink comes off. So I may have to invest in Margaret's boo-boo tape. But in the meantime, this works. I haven't been able to find clear sticker paper, so I can't do anything until I have that. That makes a big difference having this here. So that means that I need to put the other piece probably here. Remember, we're going to fold it in half, so the other half is going to be in another part of the journal. So it doesn't matter that they're kind of at the same height, even though I don't overly want to do that. I need one more piece right there, but let me put this in first. I am covering all the dictionary page on the one side, then I need to put it in different spots on the side so that it's not completely gone, because I just love how it looks. So the trickiest part with creating these videos so far is, for me, is the the chattering. I like to talk, but talking without a subject I find very difficult. So if you get bored with listening to me, please let me know. I would gladly not say anything. But I haven't figured out how to put music on anything either. So yeah, what do we think of that? Do we like this? This is Coke and Chiclane, the little chick. Okay, how is that? No, it needs to go a little bit further like that. That works. So then I just have that little piece there left. Okay. I am using wet glue mostly because I don't like, I have glue sticks and I have the Oohoo Blue, what is it called? It's right here, the Oohoo Stick Magic Blue. I hate it. I don't like it. It does not work for me. It is, it doesn't stick. Does anybody else have that problem? It just doesn't stick. When you fold something in half and then it starts coming apart, oh my God, that is the most annoying thing in the world. So I prefer my wet glue because it's not going to go anywhere. Once it's on there, it is there. And it's just a little bit more solid. Ooh, I like it. I am very happy with how this is looking so far. So I have a little piece right here. But I want to stencil on this as well. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I have a piece of map. There's no map on this side yet, so I can use that. I love maps too. When on the weekend I was at Oak Lake, which is not too far from where I live, and they have a new thrift store there. It's called Thrift and Thrive. For a Dutch person, that's a very, very difficult thing to say because of the TH. It is not a sound that we have, so it's hard to wrap your tongue around it. But anyway, I was there. It was the first day that they opened, and they had the 2 antique books that I found, like so the one that we are working in right now, and then there was another antique book, and it's an arithmetic book. It is the cutest little thing. I paid $2 for each book, and I'm so happy with it. I also found some prairie gardening books, but they had a road maps book from 1991, and I thought about getting it, and now I'm kicking myself that I didn't get it. So I may go on the weekend and go back to Oak Lake and see if that book is still available, because then I want it. It is all UK maps. And that's kind of where I was like, man, I don't know if I want that. I've been to the UK once when I was 7 years old. But I don't know if I really want to work with UK maps. I'm sorry, I have friends that are from there, but you know, I have family there. But to have like all these maps like that, I prefer an atlas, and I prefer working with an atlas. What do we think? Do I want to put it there? Do I want to cover these? No, I don't want to cover that. I can cover that though. But then this may be too thick, so I have to cut this down a little bit. I just need a small piece there. Okay, so next problem, do I want to use that part or do I want to use that part? I don't know. I think this part can be a little wilder right there. Or do I have a different kind of map? I have a different piece of map. Let's do this one. I never thought I would be the person to start a YouTube channel. I love watching YouTube videos. I actually think it is on, I watch it on my TV. I watch every single craft video. I watch some music videos. And of course, like I follow my gym guru on YouTube as well. I work out every day with Sydney Cummings, and she just had a baby. If she ever sees this, congratulations, Sydney. You have a beautiful baby boy, and his name is Gio. I believe it's Gio. And I'm very happy for you, but I'm ready for you to come back and start training us live again. Okay, what do we think? I think it is time to do some stenciling on here. The pages are fairly solid, so with a little bit of stenciling, I wish you guys could hear the wheels rattle in my head, but you can't. The only thing you hear rattling is me chatting. Oh, maybe I want to cover everything and then stencil over top. What do you think? Should I do that? I think I can do that. Let's take this piece and I can put it right there. There. I want it to be a little bit solid in there so that I can hang stuff off of it. Yeah, that works. Okay. The stenciling, I think I will do I will finish this collage today, and then tomorrow we will do the stenciling because it would be way too long of a video right now, because we're already at 45 minutes and I wasn't really going to do that. I didn't want to create long videos. Just wanted to little bits and pieces, but creating a collage, and it just takes some time because you have to cut the pieces and it all has to fit properly. What do we think? Right there? Does it overlap? Yeah, it needs to go up a little bit so that it's not overlapping my church right there. Oh, I love these Gothic churches. I am so excited that I'm working with this kit because I've been wanting, I bought it right when she brought it out, but I was working on a different journal, was not allowing myself to get started on it, so now I have free reign on what I want to do, and I haven't really seen anybody else create a lot with it. There's been a few videos during ABC April. Barbara from Buy Bar Paper Lover I think that's what her name is. She made something. Heavenly Heirlooms made something, but I haven't really seen a whole lot with this kit, so I want to create a journal out of it. I believe it is, because it's just stunning. I've been in so many of these churches that are in here, and been in awe, in chateaus in France, and I was pretty blessed as a child and teenager to visit lots of places. So I have a lot of ephemera too that I saved from those times, from those trips, and I'm going to put it all in here. I just want to use it and make this just a beautiful, beautiful journal that maybe someone else will enjoy as well. I hope you guys are enjoying my process at least. And my rambling. Okay, I have this little piece of map that I can maybe put right here or right there. Probably right there would be better. I think I might lose some of the music pages, but that's okay. Or maybe I can just fold them over and turn them into little folio pieces or little pockets, or we'll see what happens. We're not at the end yet, and I just put this upside down. Okay, that's better. I used to have these huge things of French handwritten pages, all from the 1980s. So it's vintage. It is usable. However, I don't have it anymore. When my kids were getting bigger, I got rid of a lot of things that that I was worried they would be able to take around the neighborhood. And like, oh, I was a teenager in the south of France, and I had some boyfriends, and so there's a lot of love letters, and I did not need the world to know what was happening. So I destroyed them when the kids were getting bigger. I have 2 daughters, and I have 3 grandkids. The oldest is 5, and the youngest is just turning 3 next week. And the oldest, of course, is turning 6 in September and is going to go to grade 1. And she is so excited that she is going to learn how to read and write, but she wants to be a farmer when she grows up. So hopefully in grade 1, that's where you learn how to be a farmer. We'll wait and see. Okay, that works. That looks cool. I need to figure out if I want to use paint for stenciling or if I want to use ink for stenciling. I don't know if I want to use this piece. Or, yeah, I have. Look at that. Perfect. How perfect is that? That's twice now that I had perfect pieces for this, because once I put this on, then both sides are covered and I can turn this into a page. So I'm going to glue this down, and while I'm doing that, I am going to say goodbye to all of you. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button so you know when I'm going to be on again. I'm going to definitely try to be on every day and do a little bit for this journal. I think I can easily turn that into a 100-day project, and it may turn into a few journals. We'll wait and see. See how it goes. There we go. What do you think? Here is my first collage put together. Have a wonderful evening or day or afternoon or morning, whatever time you are watching this. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.